Hello and welcome back, everybody, to round three of DFWC 2021. We're going to be doing another demo review stream today. Unfortunately, Crazy I couldn't make it, but in the cast today is yours truly, Adam behind the camera as always, and then Defy Theo, aka Chris. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I think Chris might be a little bit busy. He had a little
I
bit of
just
an
spilt, I just
accident.
spilled my drink.
Yeah.
I just spilled my drink into my keyboard, my hand-built, expensive keyboard. So yeah, luckily it was just water. But I'm here. I'm here now. Tea towel in hand and mic in face. So I'm ready to go.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, have you played the map at all, or?
Yeah. So I've been away, and I came back Wednesday evening, and I got straight on it. And I've since put in about 7 or 8 hours on it, and I'm done. I'm cooked. I've destroyed myself on this one, and
Ooh, yeah.
yeah,
I think that's a sentiment that a lot of people are echoing in the various different chats. But now that the round is over, we do have the results on screen. Adam is ready to pull the trigger and have them trickle in.
lovely.
So 153 CPM times, I have to be honest, that is way more than I expected. Especially with that sort of exotic ending with the overbounces. I am very surprised. Adam, do you remember how many were in the previous round, like CPM submissions?
I do not, but I can find out.
I believe it was around 170, if I'm not mistaken. I
Some
could be mistaken, but that rings a
That's
bell.
almost like sort of can be chalked up to like a normal strafe to weapons transition, like losing about 20 submissions. That's like as frustrated as I've seen people be with this map, it doesn't seem like it affected the submission count.
Hmm.
Yeah, 173 for round two.
Yeah, so that's only like 20 people. Okay, Raven,
167
135.
for round one.
For round
Hey,
one.
Adam,
Wow, I'm surprised I
133.
beat Raven.
Yeah. Piotski barely beating Adam though.
Hey, there's almost 2 seconds there. That's pretty good.
True.
Syntax.
So obviously not as much happening then here. I do think we can go maybe one tick faster as we, work our way towards sort of the more household names. But even down here, you have people like Mayhis from Quake 2, or Sky Allen. Oh, there's Chris actually. Speaking of the
Yeah.
devil, 47.4. That's not bad actually. I was expecting like considering
You
the
were
fact
shit.
that you're well, no, considering the fact that you're over 100 in standing. I think that's pretty close to what I expect the final time to be, but obviously there's room for surprises here.
Yeah, I mean, I had 3 seconds that I could have made up, but just not enough time to do it. Um, but yeah, I mean, even some pretty low 40s up in the 100 region. So makes me wonder how close these times are going to get and how
Also makes me
quick.
wonder when we're going to see, VQ3 times at
I
all.
kept hearing that this map wasn't too bad in VQ3.
Quick in 99th place. Good job, Quick.
Top
My
100.
nemesis, as we know.
Doombro 93rd. Shout outs to the Reflex players. And there we go. 88 VQ3 times.
VQ3 going to be pretty interesting. It didn't strike me as a particularly easy VQ3 endeavor.
Oh
So
yeah,
I'll be
especially with how intricate some of the passages were in terms of its clipping and the geometry.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what those top times look like.
Raven number 79 in VQ3. DKOPB, one of the organizers of the event, in 77th. What's
Hey,
the vessel?
Vessel.
75th and 74th. Interesting.
Huh.
Alpha on the right, very old school player. It's nice to see, you know, sort of more old school names return for DFWCs, even if they don't play as actively, you know, in day-to-day DeFRaG.
Say 65 three times quickly. Hey, Toots in 60th.
Tutti in 61st. Have to mention him because he's my clanmate.
And Nature with a 39.5. Good job.
Yeah, we're getting more. I feel like more interesting standings now. Seeing people like you know, Michael or Nibbit down here,
Ooh,
or
Crazy
Nubrick even.
Gal. Not
Oh,
quite making the top 50. Just outside. Um,
barely
as we
beaten
know.
by M16.
I know. Squeezing in a run. I saw him streaming this morning. Frakir in 49th. Likey 45th. Cans 44.
Zerg in the 40s in both physics. Zoot top 40 in CPM. Halvar top 40 VQ3. Wow. Jelvin just barely beating Zoot in CPM. That's a result I did not expect, that they're so close together.
I think Zoot's going to be happy with that standing with
I think
a
so too.
39th.
Right, approaching top 30. Where we're going to stop. Just like that. Surdy
Ooh,
in
sit him
just
just outside.
31st. Interesting.
36.8. Where are the times going to go from here? I'm excited. But as always, going to start with a VQ3, aren't we? Let's see where
As
we're going to
tradition demands.
go.
All right,
OG
number
goes first.
30.
1 second, guys.
Some small technical difficulties.
Was it just me, or did this map generally take a little time to load for people? Seemed to take a little while for me to load this
Yeah, I
one.
think because there's so much complex clipping and big sound files, I think that's part of what's taking so long. All right, Nosferatu in 30th place in BQ3. This is going to be the baseline.
Oh, interesting. Rocket in that corner.
So what's going to be crucial in this map is exactly where and how these players use their rockets, especially in BQ3. Routing is everything. You're going to see people, you know, save rockets here and there to use them later in more opportune, you know, spots on the map.
Making nice use of that plasma with the slick.
Also keep in mind those speed bumps on the ground are real speed bumps. So the pucker factor is real when you're strafing through this.
Yep. Many a run killed. Lovely.
And already just great spacing in top 30 at the end there. I don't like that, just looked really clean at the end.
Yeah, the finish was really almost flawless.
All right, well done, Nosf. Moving on to number 29. Horus. Italian player, I think. I'm not sure. So you can see already Horus you know, using one rocket in the corner and then two for the climb. Means he has one extra rocket in this room when compared to Nos, which he uses right there.
This whole section in VQ3 just strikes me as being horrible.
Yeah, a little clunky, a little inconsistent. The, you know, curves and slopes are generally the enemy of not only VQ3, but I feel like just DeFRaG movement in general.
Nice little reverse RJ out of the hole.
Yeah, well done, Horus. Now number 28. Mikendo. Sort of a new name to me. I haven't seen him in the top very often.
Okay, slightly different approach, not going for that corner rocket. They'll pre-fire there. Looking very quick out of here.
That leaves him with two rockets in this room once again. However, he uses that extra rocket up there on the top right as opposed to dropping down to the left.
Yeah, taking a more direct route. I imagine the faster runs will try and take the more direct route, and I wonder if anyone's going to make use of that very tiny space.
I do wonder if we're going to see any sort of significant routing changes towards the end of the map here. Because this, this drop down seems pretty, set in stone.
Yeah, true.
But never underestimate DeFragger's ability to come up with some wacky overbounds. Anyway, well done, Mikendo. And we're going to move on to number 27. Megatech, the mapper, actually. So you have him to blame for all your troubles. Ooh. Interesting little strat. Does leave him with no extra rockets past that room. It's the first time we've seen this lower route being used. Picks up the haste, which gives him great speed into this room, but of course in VQ3 it's... Oh, actually it is pretty simple to get through it with a rocket. Never mind. I was expecting that ramp to be his downfall, but it didn't matter.
I mean, you have to accept that the mapper is likely to take the VQ3 route in his VQ3 run, right? Hey.
And I guess, yeah, that's an alternative.
Nice variation. I'm hoping to see a few ceiling rockets as well, I think.
Oh, yeah.
That was a little strat I was messing around with, and it seemed like there was some good speed to be had out of that.
Gonna see who else comes up with interesting routes past Megatech, who was in 27. We're gonna move on to number 26. Dino, a Warsaw player, who I'm glad to see, placing highly. Ooh, okay. Using that inverted ceiling sort of at the end of that climb to gain some speed.
Yeah, nice exit, and interesting use of the rocket there to take the lower route. Nice, skipping that ramp, which would be the run killer. Barely making it past those cones.
Pretty good spacing as well.
Yeah, running that wall the whole way along the curve.
Unfortunate spacing there, though. You could see if he just had been a little faster, wouldn't have had to hang in the air for so long for that overbounce. But still well done.
Yeah, but a pretty clean ending as well. I liked his angle of approach into that final section. It was really smooth. Not a lot of wasted air.
All right, that's number 26. Number 25 coming up. These have been pretty tight times, right? Like 52. Enter 25. That's surprising. I was expecting him to place more highly. Maybe he focused more on CPM. Interesting tight route there, using that box to get a better angle into the turn after it.
First stack we're seeing in the top 30.
Oh, that's difficult to handle. When you're up on that roof, there's this cable you may have to jump across, and you just have to hope that you can spam jump twice fast enough.
That cable. Don't talk to me about that cable.
One of the many questionable clips on this map. Pretty clean so far for enter.
Ooh, nice.
Not using his final rocket for some reason. Nonetheless, good run. Moving on to number 24. Breach.
Very early rocket. I like it.
That of course leaves him with no extra rockets for this next room, which means that he will in fact use the lower route. Interesting.
Oh, I like it. That was pretty tasteful.
Yeah, it gives him a much better angle for that first turn in this tunnel. You can see he has like 1200 UPS. I think that's more than we've seen so far.
Yep. Ooh, that was almost
Mm.
almost a run killer. Ooh, great speed
Ooh.
into there. Very nice. Best finish we've seen yet.
Using that ceiling at the end as well to push him towards the finish, maybe saving a couple of frames. I like that. Well done, Breach. Now number 23. E-money.
Hey.
What? There's I have to say I feel like this first room has seen the most route variability
It's
out of all
true.
3 maps so far.
We've barely seen anyone do it the same way. Oh,
What? Okay,
an attempt.
I don't think that even hit him. Yeah, but
No,
that's interesting.
that'd be. I'd love to see that work. And who knows? We may see it yet.
And pretty standard end.
Oh, another fast finish.
Well done, E-money.
Very good. Really
Number
creative, actually.
22. Yeah, I especially like that first room. I don't know. The amount of routes in there that we've seen is like 10 already. No, we haven't even had 10 demos, never mind. But
Yeah,
I feel like every single one of them has done it differently, which is just
exactly.
crazy.
Yeah.
All right, number 22. Moscal. And another different route we have not seen before.
Yeah. Okay. Smooth ascent there. Very interesting. That middle section looking a little messy, if I'm honest. But
Yeah, I think there was one skim that was not in his favor, which lost him some speed. But aside from that, obviously, extremely unique route so far.
yeah.
And then I feel like as we enter this tunnel, the routes
Ooh.
sort of converge,
Yeah.
and everybody kind of has to do it the same way. All right, well done, Lascal. Number 21 coming up. Recruit.
Okay. Got a top route. First one in a while.
Got it clean as well. Didn't even have to deal with the cable.
Yeah, I mean, this is great speed. Oh,
Ooh, that redirection though. He hit the slope that's on the side of of the
yeah.
road, and it pushed him in the wrong direction.
That's a shame. So he had 1500 coming into that room. I mean, I think that's the fastest we've seen.
Oh, excellent spacing though. Wasted no time in the air trying to get into that overbounce. Trying to use that last rocket. I appreciate the effort. Well done, Recruit. But now we're going to be going into the top 20, which
Yeah.
is where things should really start to heat up.
I mean, I think of all the runs, the Recruit's run felt like there was definitely more he could have got out of that. And he probably
Yeah,
felt the same.
felt like a taste of what's to come
Hmm.
with better execution. Step in 20th place. Interesting snap zone switch at the start there. Some style points. Huh. Okay, using the sort of overly ambitious clipping of this map to your advantage, because a lot of the corners are actually rounded off, so you can in VQ3 you can just hit them and they may redirect your momentum better than you might be able to if you just walk the round with a circle jump. This is really clean. That tunnel was great.
That's a pretty fast descent as well, I have to say.
Yeah, overall, pretty good. Now number 19. IVX8. Again, someone who I would have expected higher up in the rankings, considering his previous placements in DFWC, but I guess this map is shaking things up. Nice little 2x there, it gives him one extra rocket to play with in this area.
Ooh, keeping a good amount of speed there.
Yeah, pretty good. I feel like that's probably the most speed we've had at this turn so far.
Yep.
Oh, and like just barely missing that speed bump as well.
Ooh, really nice spacing into that hole as well.
But a very slow climb at the end as a
not
result.
the fastest climb, but I think he made up for it and more in that tunnel, which was really well
Absolutely.
executed.
He is sitting at 50.2, so we are fast approaching that sub 50 mark. We're going to see if number 18 is going to get us there, but I do think that gives us an interesting question for what the final time might be in VQ3. Let's see. This is Damned Light with some swag points at the start.
Damn.
Pun intended, I guess. Huh. Okay, sure. I guess that works. Oh, okay. Using a little bit of ceiling geometry after that plasma climb to give him a better angle of entry into this tunnel. Be nice if we could slow-mo that later.
And an even faster tunnel than the previous run.
Let's see how his spacing holds up. It's good. And a great ending as well.
Solid climb.
Ooh, sub 50 by 1 frame.
Hmm.
Just barely getting us there. If we could slow-mo again, that plasma haste section. On maps like this, I don't know if you have a keybind to show clips for like a couple seconds.
I don't, I'm afraid.
That's fair. But yeah, this map is covered in clips and just random parts of the geometry that have collision that you might not expect. So it's crucial if you want to land a good time. Slow-mo going into the haste pickup, please. It's crucial that if you want to get a good time, you have to look at the clipping on something like this. This is a curve which is, which requires a lot of clipping. And as a result, you should really look at it under the microscope. You could see right there that hose on the side of the wall has some clipping, and he uses that to push himself away from the wall. And look at this beautiful angle that it gives him into the tunnel. Gives him over 1300 in this turn, which I think is among the best we've had.
Yep.
And then obviously the rest. So far, there's been nothing you could do to really save time here in terms of routing. Just a really great 2x there. Gets him all the speed he needs. Well done, Damned Light. Moving on to number 17. I expect to see more, collision shenanigans like that in the top 10 as well. Effect at 17. Not using that ceiling ramp.
Yeah.
So I expect to see great execution from this point on.
Oh, great
look
entry.
at that. Oh, no. Okay,
Oh,
that's
actually.
a huge speed loss.
Yeah. The angle of entry actually didn't seem to work.
I think it would have if his spacing had allowed him to jump up on top instead of hitting that sort of sidewall. I'm really surprised. I'm not quite sure. Oh, okay, it's tied. It's tied with Damn Light. I see.
Oh,
I was going
really?
to ask where the time save came from, but there wasn't any, so.
First tie of the night.
True. Of course, last round we had like 3 or 4 or
I think it was
something. It was
4,
kind of
yeah.
crazy. All right, well done, Effect. Gonna move on to number 16.
Hey,
Pakistan, who is an alias for someone else, but I don't remember. Pretty clean. Ooh, a nice little skim there. Helps his
oh,
angle, and he gets much better speed transfer in that, yeah. That turn went a lot better for him.
making use of this little ramp. It's pretty interesting. But I imagine a pain to execute consistently, at least.
That's the name of the game in VQ3. You gotta hit all these, 1 in 100 shots. You want to get a good run. That's Pakistan at number 16. Well done. Now number 15. Zeppelin, who I am not very familiar with. I see him in the Discord, of course, but I haven't seen him much as a player. Also using that, corner clip to redirect them.
Solid entry.
Not the best speed we've seen here, but I feel like his first room was pretty good, so that makes up for it. And a great ending to top it off. Well done.
49.6.
Now number 14. We've traveled like 400 milliseconds in the last like 5 runs. Is pretty crazy.
Mm.
Very
I'm
tight runs so
hopeful.
far.
I'm hopeful things are going to get a fair bit faster, but we'll see.
Yeah, let's see with number 14. Kairos.
The CEO.
Oh, excellent speed. This is very clean.
Oh, okay. I guess that upper box on the left is the better choice, because you can actually shoot the rocket a lot earlier that way if you have high speed. You don't have to waste as much time, falling, which you can't accelerate at all. So I think that is probably the best box that we've seen so far.
Well, what's interesting to me is everything from basically the tunnel onwards, at least for the last 5 or 6 runs, has basically been pretty much the same. Even like the
Yeah,
lines and everything have been pretty much
mainly
exactly the same.
differences in execution, just spacing, like sort of happenstance changes,
Yeah,
not really routing.
especially like the entrance into the tunnel being one of the deciding factors on that.
We're going to
Cool.
see where that goes. Now,
Number
number
13.
13. Run. Oh yeah, also Kairos was like 1 frame ahead of Zeppelin, so we're seeing all these all these differences in routing in this first half of the map, but everything seems to be pretty well balanced.
Oh, we've got a lower route.
Yeah, and an interesting variation of it actually.
Ooh,
That is a ton of speed.
that entrance was superb.
I do
Oh,
wonder what
shame
his
about the
time will be.
spacing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, okay. The ending was not quite as great as it should have been. And that's
Yeah,
why we've only seen like 54 milliseconds, I think, of time saved there.
yeah. Everything from like just getting the spacing right for that drop is such a pain. Can kill 300-400 milliseconds pretty easily. Um, okay, 12th. Hey,
Sentinel.
Sentinel.
Holy
Oh,
crap.
lovely.
That's a great route. I like that. Nothing spectacular in the tunnel, but
No, not the fastest we've seen, but man, that route on the first plasma room. Damn.
just barely misses the spacing as well. I
Another
think
one.
the
Yeah.
time will not do the route justice here. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
interesting ending.
yeah, making use of that last rocket. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen in these next 11 demos because we're seeing so many good ideas and they're all coming a little bit undone through, unlucky spacing in that finish. So I'm hoping everything will start to tie together. Um,
Exactly.
okay, 11th place.
Nebula.
Still seeing different starts, even as we approach the top 10.
Some pretty good speed from those
Oh,
rockets.
that's nice. Yeah, good speed here. What's he going to do here?
Lose a lot of speed.
A lot. Yeah.
These speed differences at that junction, like at that turn, are pretty crazy, like 400 UPS.
Yeah.
But all these times have been so tight that I'm not really sure where the rest of the differences are.
I know. I'm thinking the same. That's a very fast climb. Very
True,
fast
true.
climb.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose that's, that's it. That's where he saved time as opposed to his time lost in the tunnel there. Well then, Nebula, we are going to go towards the top 10 now. Start us off.
Who have we got? Who's in 10th place?
Ket. Yeah, top 10 is where you're really going to start to see solid runs, I think, like polished, good runs, where it's just a matter of how many, good tricks you can chain together into one run, as opposed to whether or not you can do it at all. So far, pretty good.
Nice speed here. Losing a lot of it. Halving his speed.
Not quite as good as you want it there, but, gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta just take what you can get there, I guess, because a lot of this map is spacing dependent. Once you get to that part, you just gotta play and hope you hit a lucky run.
Another fast climb.
Almost hitting that ending rocket, but still well done, Ket. That was number 10. We're gonna move on to number 9. Kisel. Very clean snapping there.
Hey. Oh, making
Whoa,
use of
okay.
that little edge there.
I wonder, is he going to use that geometry? No. See, Kisel didn't even notice that there was geometry to abuse at the end of that plasma. And he gets insane speed there, actually. 1100 out of that turn might be the best we've seen. I'm not sure.
We saw some really good endings earlier on, actually, like in the top 20 region. I'm
Missing the spacing.
yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I feel like what we've seen as we've gone up is the first room get better, but not really the ending at
Exactly.
all.
Yeah.
All right, well done,
Okay.
Kisel. Let's see number
Good luck.
8. Gopher. Yeah, I agree, Zeppelin. I feel like the approach to that tunnel entry is sort of where you just have to be like, Jesus, take the wheel. That's, as far as you can take it, and then you have to just play it out. This one's looking good. Losing a little bit of speed. We've seen better, but it's still pretty good. I think missing one jump there, like having a couple frames of friction, so losing a bit of speed to that as well.
What's the spacing going to be like? Not bad, not ideal.
But I expect a great climb. It was alright.
Yeah, it was solid.
Just an
Yeah,
overall solid run.
I mean, these runs are very interesting, aren't they? I think we're seeing savings in one, savings in another. It's still hasn't quite come together.
Yeah, most of these things have evened out because, the times haven't changed very much. Do you remember what Gopher's time was just now?
I have it if you want.
Please.
Go for it, yeah.
48.792.
Yeah,
Oh
we've
wow, okay.
traveled just a little bit over a second in the last 10 or 15 demos, so
Wow, that's crazy.
it's been
As
tight. It's been close.
we're approaching the top times, what do we want to predict? We've done top 3, we've done top 4, I think.
Okay, an interesting prediction is whether or not anyone will get 45 seconds, like 45.8, let's say, because we're pretty far away from that. But what I've seen in VQ3 on maps like this is that people like Dex or Strangeland or Zas find some ingenious time save that saves a lot of, time that propels them ahead of other players. And I wonder if that's going to happen this round as well. I think it will. I think we'll see someone hit 45. I'm hopeful.
Yeah, I'm almost certain someone will hit 45.
All right. Shall we do players for top 5 once we get there?
I think so, yeah. Let's see 6 and 7 first, but then we can do predictions.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right, number 7. I don't know. Might be Goblin because it's some nonsense name.
It's Snow.
It's Snow. They're the same person.
Hey.
Wow. Okay, this is number 7, and you could see a mistake there still, like hitting that clip after that first climb. So he has to have excellent execution here. Pretty big time loss.
1600 on the tunnel entry though.
True.
Might be the fastest we've seen. Spacing. Oh, did you see that little adjustment there to get the spacing right? Very nice. That was really, really nice ending.
Yeah, well done. Could we see that first climb, please? Obviously, I don't want to call out something if it's not actually a mistake. I just want to check.
Let me know. Slow.
So here, pretty normal. And then at the end of this climb, I think he gets stuck on the left a little bit.
Yeah, I saw
Obviously,
it too.
beautiful sync there.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, well, that's all I wanted to show. Still well done, Snow. That's number 7. Gonna move on to number 6. Delta. This is very clean. I actually had no idea you could get up in just one rocket with that climb. So that was beautiful, but this is what it's all about. Pretty good. He had good spacing for the, for moving up that yellow-black sort of thing. But we have seen better.
Great acceleration in this tunnel though. Really good acceleration.
Oh yeah, Delta's a great strafer. He knows what he's doing with that.
The spacing into the hole was good. The climb was solid.
Yeah, decent. Of course, I say decent, but he is number 6 in the world on this map, so that should say something. Now for the
Decent
top
in
5.
inverted commas, yeah.
Just before we go on there, we didn't get a big chance to see the time, but that was a pretty big jump from 48.1 from Snow to 46.6 for Delta.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Okay.
Wow,
So
okay.
that first room really did save a lot of time. Interesting. So 46.6 in 6th place. Surely we're going to hit 45. I think that prediction's pretty solid now. Now about the top 5, though, who's going to do it? I think in the top 5 are going to be Dex, Strangeland, Yotun, Frog, and then one wild card.
Okay. Let's see.
Yotun in number 5. Oh yeah, Zeal. Zas is probably the number 5, yes.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Don't help them. Come on, chat. They need to make predictions for themselves.
Pretty clean so far. Oh, some really nice wall strafe there. Doing that half beat into the wall allows him to immediately start strafing as opposed to having to flick around to different snap zones. I think the overall speed gain from that saved him 1 jump.
Wow, really fast. Really fast ending.
Jesus!
That was incredible.
And that was also 45.9, so we're there already.
We're already there. We're already there. So maybe the question is, will we hit 44?
Now that's interesting. I hope so, but we'll see. Yeah, Yotun number 5. Well done. Now to number 4. Strangeland in number 4. God, this is so clean. It's just nice to look at, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
just...
And
Okay.
actually great speed transfer. Keeping
Yeah.
over 1000 UPS through that curve. Jesus. If this ending is as good as it should be, then this might be another big time save.
That climb. So fast.
45.5.
Pretty decent time save there.
Another half
Was it
second,
2 or
right?
3 tenths? 3 tenths, maybe?
Adam, bookkeeper.
Yeah, that was so Yotun had 45.9, and then that was 45.5.
4
Yeah,
tenths.
0.4.
Nice.
Not bad. Well done, Strangeland. Now number 3.
Like this is where we're starting to see Frog.
Frog number 3. That means that the top 2 is pretty interesting. Let's of course first see what Frog has to offer. Wow!
He uses the rocket. Takes the lower route. Surprising. I haven't seen that for a few runs.
Now about that tunnel entry.
Wow.
He's
Great
going
speed.
so fast. He barely has
Oh.
enough time to get up with that rocket.
He
Keeps
keeps
over
12
1200.
1200
Yeah.
like days.
Okay, this tunnel is crazy. Good spacing too.
Just double rocket there. Yeah.
Oh
Not the
man,
fastest climb, but very, very fast.
can we see that again, please? Just the whole run. That was Frog in number 3. Okay, actually, even at the start, there's a interesting time save he does, which I can try to explain after this. But obviously here, this room, beautiful execution. Slow-mo here, please. Squeezing past that pillar and just barely gets up. With how fast he's going, I think he was really just pushing the limit of that rocket. From this speed transfer, you can see, yeah, about 1200. Landing on the cones here, I think, yeah. Avoiding the ramp altogether. That's the best thing you can do in VQ3. And then just a bunch of, I think, good strafe towards the end of the tunnel. Actually, we do see him using this yellow slope, I think, after this drop down. I'm not sure if that was correct. Yeah, we do. It's only 20 UPS, but I think it's a nice touch. Gets over the speed bump. Yeah, he doesn't hit it in terms of a ramp, so that doesn't matter. His spacing is good from here on out. And then I think the 2x we see going down is interesting. While most other people shoot this first rocket early and then wait to shoot their second rocket only when they hit the floor, DeFRaG shoots both of them early while he's still falling, which I think is a lot more difficult to execute properly. And then, of course, a pretty good climb to finish it off. Well done, Frog.
Awesome.
The little time save at the start that I was talking about, if you could play it just slow motion from the start, you can see that on the start, he's strafing at the very back end of the pads. That's because the beginning of this map is very easily maxed out. You have to reach the end in a certain number of jumps, and then just fall down and hit an overbounce. So the further back you can start your jump before you hit the timer, the more frames you can shave off. You can see as soon as he gets there, he's already falling past the floor. So he's not wasting any time, jumping that he doesn't need to. I
Yeah,
just
I'm
thought that
trying
was
to
a nice
slow him.
touch.
Yeah, he doesn't need to slow himself down to fall through.
All right, yeah, frog number 3, well done. And now number 2. I do think it's going to be Zas or Dex.
And it's
Dex.
Dex.
Wow. Okay. Dex number 2.
Hey,
Oh. Interesting.
very similar to Frog.
Small difference. He does use that geometry as well to push him around that we saw before at the end of that plasma haste. 1400 here. I think the best we've seen. I think even better than Frog. But don't quote me on that. I'm not entirely
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, Frog didn't hit 1400 at the end, but we just saw 1460 from Dex, and that's pretty solid climb as well.
Well done,
Wow, that was a
Dex.
44. That was our first 44, I think.
True. Wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was. Yeah. We were making a
44.592.
prediction, right?
What was it, Adam? 44.95.
592.
Wow. Okay. A very solid
Yeah,
44.
just diving straight into the 44. We're already mid 44s with this. If you could play it again, there is one difference that I want to talk about. Obviously, the start, very start is normal, so there's no need to slow-mo here. But after the climb, we see Dex doing a different strat than Frog. Whereas, Frog
Yeah.
was just strafing. Dex actually uses one of the rockets from this point right here. He walks to the left a bit. Oh, no, he doesn't. No, he just goes straight to the right and then just shoots this rocket and uses the clip in this corner to keep more speed around that corner, and that just gives him all-around better spacing here.
I thought it was very clever to land on that little ledge as well, because he was able to use a rocket to really redirect his momentum with speed with that rocket.
Yeah, if you can have the rocket do that work for you, that's time you don't have to spend, with friction or trying to strafe around. And then I think this was a pretty good climb, right?
Yeah, not the fastest we've seen, but up there for sure.
Also not using that inverted ceiling, I think that's a small missed opportunity, but nonetheless, number 2 for Dex. And
Well, I wonder if number 1 will use it.
I think we haven't seen this in a long time. I'm guessing number 1 is Zas. And
Yeah.
Zas has always been a top player, like top 5 material, but I don't think I've ever seen him win a DFWC round. So if he did, that'd be very exciting.
Well, it's got to be. Who else could it be?
I'm not sure. Yeah, that's Zas. Let's see what he's got in store for us.
Don't worry, if you miss it first time, we will be watching it again.
Same route as Dex, but I think slightly better execution so far.
Oh,
Ooh,
wow.
Jesus.
How low to the ground.
Max speed here is 1460, about the same as Dex.
Great spacing. Wow,
Oh,
okay, that's the fastest
wow.
climb. Wow, the time. The time was another 44.5.
Yeah, I think
Super
80
close.
milliseconds from Dex.
Yep.
Of course, we'll watch it again. Again, I can't stress enough how good it feels to see Zas finally winning a round. He's been a lot of, he's been the innovator on a lot of DFWC rounds. And yeah, as
For
Quake
sure.
puts it, he deserves it so much. So right here, you can see he does the same strat as Dex, but I think he carries more speed around this next corner, and then his plasma angles after are slightly better. You can see him adjust mid-drop, I think. Right there. And there. I think the first couple of bursts are just to keep height, and after that, he's maximizing all for speed.
That,
And then this, yeah, this was crazy as well.
that rocket into the tunnel was unbelievable. Just clearing the ramp.
1200 around the corner. And at this point, it's just, it's your run to lose. You just got to hit everything well enough. And of course, as we saw, Zas does indeed, he does indeed carry the torch. He brings it home. Spacing's fine here. And then on the drop down. God, that's
Perfect.
so tight, yeah.
Perfect double rocket there.
Honestly, I think one of the fastest ascents we've seen, one of the fastest climbs.
Yeah.
Well done.
Not hitting that inverted ramp, it seems, either.
He did, but he was
Did
going
he?
up so fast that it immediately pushed him into the side. He wasn't, like, he got the speed and lost it again very quickly. He wasn't able to make use of it.
Oh,
Once more for good measure, of course. That's so sick.
oh man, these guys are on another level.
Why does this end work? What do you mean? This right here is just a bog standard overbounce onto a slick surface, onto a ramp, where, you convert all that horizontal momentum into the top, like going up, and then you hit a ramp that is inverted, where it's like you hit your head on it, and that redirects you the same way that a normal ramp would. All right, yeah, that was Zas in number 1, and I think the top 3 was number 1 Zas, number 2 number 2
Dex.
Dex,
Dex. Yeah.
and then number 3 was
Frog.
Frog, I think. Yeah, all right, well done to those 3. We're going to move on to CPM now, and I do think we're going to see even crazier routes this time around, starting
Oh,
off
I'm
with
excited.
number 30. Aurum.
Oh, the early rocket.
Okay, the absolute peak route of VQ3 is the number 30 route in CPM, which is kind of interesting. and of course also using that ceiling at the end. And in CPM, you're not at the whim of whatever direction you get from the ramp. You can redirect it yourself.
Yeah.
That was Aurum in number 30. Well
Wow.
done.
Super fast already.
And
If
for
you
those
could
of
do,
you
like,
who,
go
sorry,
ahead.
for those of you who needed reminding, City came 31st with 36.872, and that was 36.816. So really unlucky for City.
Ooh. Well, he did get in the top 30 last round, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he's fine. He'll be all right. But if you could do 1 or 2 demos without me, I will be right back. Sorry about that.
No worries. Okay, number 29. Let's see what we got. Hey, Cab Corp. Mapper extraordinaire. Very nice. Gonna see a lot of that top route. Going around the outside, taking the lower left route. Good speed through here, and not losing any on that up ramp, which is tasty. How's the spacing here? Not amazing. Could be better, but that is... Ooh, whoa, whoa. What? Did you see that ascent? That was madness.
It's
All right,
like
let's move
whiplash
on.
watching that from watching
It
the
is.
VQ3s,
It's
isn't it?
crazy. It's crazy. 28, let's go. VV, who's that? Does anyone know?
W_W on the DFWC website.
Ooh. Oh!
Ooh, okay.
Did you see that? Early rocket there and clipping across the gangway.
I thought I
Madness.
was watching Diabolical for a second.
Yeah. That was a deep clip. Nice. 27.
All right, I'm back. If you could, please tell me who was number 29 and 28.
29 was Cab Corp and 28 was WW.
All right. 3 household names. Now we've got Zgaz and 27.
Oh. Hey, we're seeing a lot of outside routes. Amazing speed into here.
God, it seems so fast compared to VQ3.
It's it's like watching a fast forward.
All right, now number 26. Because it is. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, and there's Soup.
Hey, it's my boy.
Couple style points there. Sweet little ground boost as well. I dig it. Honestly, this seems so clean.
Yeah, I'm just
Doesn't hit that
wondering.
inverted ramp, but everything else... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm just wondering where we're going to see improvements from. Definitely got to see some plasma ground boost, surely.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, 25. I'm also wondering about the slick section, how much speed people are going to get out of it, or if they're already going too fast to really take advantage of it. Okay, we've got a top route.
Ooh, losing some speed at the tunnel entrance there. But that first room looked extremely clean, so...
Nice
Note the
spacing
ramp.
there.
Note ramp usage in start from Draconics. Let's see that again, because I'm not really sure what Halvor's referring to.
Oh, does he use the
side ramp?
double
Yeah,
jump? Yeah, he uses the side ramp, which acts as a double jump, I believe.
it does, yeah.
Gives
Interesting.
you a bit of extra vertical speed.
And then a clean ending as well. Well done, SkyX. Now we're going to move on to number 24.
And because I know that somebody's going to find it out in chat, we do have a map for next week.
No.
We'll take a look at that in a little bit.
Nice.
That's crazy. All right, yeah, number 24. Nachos. A lot of shooting and tooting.
Whew.
Great speed.
Oh my days.
How is it that top 30 runs are already this clean?
I know. And there's so much competition this year, it's crazy. Saves the rocket.
Ooh, that's nice.
Nice.
I wonder if that's faster at all, that ending.
Yeah, I was wondering. I guess, I mean, it probably has the effect of maybe giving you a bit more momentum into that inverted ramp, which might send you down a bit quicker, but
Honestly,
speculation.
couldn't tell you, yeah. Just speculation. But it's cool to see nonetheless.
Yep. Variety is the spice of life. Number 23. Let's go.
What is it again? Like 23 secret herbs and spices or something? Don't know who this is.
This is Mark, or Marke, from Russia.
Oh. Did you see that?
I did.
No rocket?
Saving
No
it for
rocket,
this,
I saw.
probably. Jesus.
God damn. Got no choice but to ride that wall at these speeds.
God damn.
Oh.
We're not even in top 20, are we?
No, that was
No,
23.
it's 23.
Jesus.
It
Well
was
done,
nice. It was
Mark.
really nice to see that variation there. Really nice. Super, super awesome style points for that no rocket climb. Like it.
I feel like number 23 is too early to do slow motion, so like I think we should keep going, but that was sick.
Yeah, well maybe we can put it in the back pocket for run of the week or something.
That's fair enough.
But
All right.
I'm sure we'll see some crazy stuff in the next 22 runs. So let's go. Let's keep going.
How does it get faster? Oh, you just watch. This is Jimmy, who Adam explained to me who this was, and I already forgot, so...
Bibs?
Bibs, right. Yes, I have to ask every time.
What? 2k before he even hits that first descent.
Great speed transfer there in that turn, not losing as much speed as the others.
What game is this? I've not been playing it.
Damn. Not using the inverted ramp, alas.
Yeah, I know.
Great run nonetheless.
21.
Let's have it. Quasar. Quasar outside the top 20, not something I would have expected.
Hey, the early rocket.
And using that cable there as different spacing. Any reason they all W in the wall ride? Well, Quasar doesn't do it, obviously, but when you're in the wall, it is beneficial to hold W away from the wall, in the sense that you won't lose as much speed for every skim. It's some weird physics thing. I'm sure
What?
Jelvin can explain it. Quasar,
That was
great
so
ending.
clean.
With
That
what
was-
time?
That was Quasar with 35.432.
35.432. We're still at 35, though. So that's interesting. I think the last couple of runs have been 35s, right?
Yep.
Interesting. So big route differences, but not huge time differences. We'll see how that will develop as we get into the top 20, starting, of course, with number 20 itself. Zas. Now,
Oh,
of course, with Zas having won in VQ3, I don't expect him to have spent much time on CPM. Cool entry, beginning room nonetheless. That was kind of interesting.
I mean, the level of skill and fluidity and fluency exhibited just in this run is superb. Anyway, it looks so effortless, and it's a top 20 run. So yeah, I
Clean
mean,
ending.
there's an effortlessness to that execution that just makes you think that he just like rolled out of bed and just just smashed it, opened the map out and smashed that time out. That's what it feels like to me. It's crazy.
He is a world-class player, of course. I do want to see the beginning of run number 20 again. He did something different here. Remember how I mentioned that this beginning is maxed out in the sense that you only have to do a number of jumps until you just drop down and then everything is reset from there. What Zas does is he jumps from a higher point. He gets up on the railing here, and because he jumps up from higher, he will fall down faster as well. In terms of getting this spacing, you can see he just barely clears the gap, and I think that's pretty maxed out in terms of how fast you can fall from that point onwards. So, well done,
Damn.
Zas.
Okay, 19. Let's dig in.
Charlon.
Oh, amazing height. Yeah, my suspicions were confirmed. Like at this point, we're not seeing a huge amount of difference in the speed that people are getting from the slicks. Such a small slick, and
Yeah, it seems to me more like where they put their rockets is the most deciding factor in terms of
yeah.
speed. Slick is almost too difficult to use, really, if you're
Although we'll
going fast
see.
enough.
Maybe we've got Goblin in here somewhere who might show us otherwise.
I'd love that.
Okay, 18. Let's go. Another one using Zas's approach. Oh, that was nice. Very early rocket and using that that little lip on the tower.
Extremely tight turn with a lot of speed there. Not quite enough to save him one jump on that spacing, but you can see he was close.
Wow, the climb though. That was a serious climb. What was the time
That
there, Adam?
was
I missed that.
35.368.
Okay, we're still in the 35s. All right, let's see. 17th. What do we got? Hey, knight.
Might. Super clean, just great speed transfers. Even making use of that slick, actually, like a couple
Yeah.
hundred UPS.
Lovely. Super smooth from knight as always. What we've come to expect. Western Digital. Oh, so clean.
I think the climb not as fast.
Not as
Just,
fast, but I
due
just
to
love
spacing.
seeing like no wasted air on that approach.
Agreed.
Knight, the protagonist of our pre-show videos.
Yes, he was the very best in reflex until Woody came along and ruined that. All right, that was
Lucky
number
for
17.
him, Woody hates time particles, so he's still on top there.
True.
16, let's go. Okay, more traditional start. Hey, the reverse OB.
Wait, is that Kioi?
Yeah, this is
It
Kyo.
is, yeah.
Very impressive. And even a small little ground boost.
Good use of the slick as well.
Oh my god, dude.
I
This is
love that.
Counter-Strike.
Oh, great spacing as well. And the side rocket. Nice to see a little variation here in the last room.
The only other person we've seen do that, I think, is the mapper himself, Megatech. Do they know something we
True.
don't?
Show it again.
Yeah, do we give
I
the
don't
people what they
mind.
want?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, I just love this backwards OB.
That's clean.
2k. 2k into the ascent.
On the door here. Into a ground boost. Navigating some very tight collision on his way there.
150 extra UPS out of the slick. 1900
And,
into the tunnel.
This is kind of nutty. Riding this slope throughout the
takes some bravery.
entire corner. Excuse me,
It takes some
corner.
bravery, man. Balls of steel there.
Oh yeah, true. We were talking about how the slick is too small to even really be used, but with that ground boost, it becomes viable again.
Oh, he's using the angled surface of the consoles there to act as a ramp.
Interesting.
I didn't notice that. I don't know. I didn't notice whether Megatech did the same. Used them for that purpose either, but it seems that might actually be their purpose. Okay. We on to 15. 15,
Yeah, number
let's go.
15.
Things can only get better. Procky. That early rocket becoming very popular. Use of the side double jump ramp. Oh, speed. No surfing here though. A little bit of bonking. Slowing him down a fair bit, but nice spacing into the drop.
And
Oh,
wait, is that faster?
don't know. Feels slower. I can understand why
does.
people don't do it because it looks slower, but we'd have to look at timers to really know.
Oh, there's no
What was
time
that?
for that.
What was it? What was that time, Adam?
So that was 34.76.
Okay, we're in 34s at least. Did Koi get a 34? It must have been a 34 for Koi, surely.
No, 35.1.
Oh, really? Okay, so this is our first 34. Okay. Okay, let's see. 14th. Let's go. Anticlimactic, but might be faster, yeah.
Why would it be faster? Because you're accelerating earlier on in the climb. You can use that speed to get towards the finish. Alright, Delta.
Another one using that little side ramp.
Oh. More ground boosts.
Good speed. Almost 2k into the tunnel. 1540 out of the slick section.
And good spacing.
Oh, lovely spacing.
Wow, actually going a little too high for his own good even.
Yeah. Yeah, but and a bit slow on that ascent as a result. Okay, 13th. It's Bruce Springsteen.
At Munter or MNTR?
Minter. Sure. Yeah. He's gone by boss in the last couple of DFWCs, so I've taken to just calling him that.
Yeah, that's a pretty rude word in British slang.
Munter.
Yeah.
Much better ending.
Yeah. And very little difference in the actual height. It just shows you how that little difference between the last two demos, that little difference, how much speed it makes vertically. Okay,
all right,
12.
number 12.
You're a fucking munter, Al.
Hawks at 12th.
Oh, this is nice. Oh! What's going on here?
I think it's so that he doesn't lose as much speed on the next turn. With 1700, he has no shot of getting around that turn smoothly, but if he loses some speed, I think he has a better chance. I think that's what that was all about. We could watch that again.
Yeah. I particularly want to slow-mo that midsection where it was too fast. I don't even know what was happening. Okay, so
Ground booster around the corner.
Amazing. Into rocket.
Into not a ground boost here, but instead plasmaing on the wall, which nets him about the same speed. About 1500 at the end of it.
Yep. Almost 2k. I don't think we've seen someone breach 2k into the tunnel yet, so
I'm sure we will.
Oh, no doubt.
With over 1700 UPS, you don't really have a good chance of getting around the next turn smoothly, so I think what he's doing here is intentionally losing speed.
Interesting. Cool. Yeah, and the climb was solid as well.
Into that inverted ceiling as well to top it off. Well done, Hawks.
Yeah, nice run.
That's number 12. Moving on to number 11.
We're closing in. We're closing in on these top times.
Rain. Also using that plasma on the side. A loses more speed in that initial turn, so he has no need to lose speed later on. But you can
Yeah,
see even he's stretching it there.
yeah, it hits the ramp as well, which also shaves about 100 UPS off. Wow, that climb was mad. That
What
climb
time was
was
that?
34.256.
Okay, we're outside the top 10. Do we reach sub 30 by the end? Is my question.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm a bit of a naysayer, so I think that's a no from me. But who
I think
knows?
we will. I think there's enough room for just craziness. Imagine someone like reaching the tunnel with 2400.
Yeah, true enough. See if they can pull something out of the bag. Okay, let's
All
go.
right.
Let's see. Let's dig in.
Yeah, let's see it. Reef in top 10. Very well done. Shoutouts to Reef. Jesus.
Oh, great spacing.
Okay, that was cool. You could see while he was setting up for the overbounce and the 2x, he was also like gaining speed midair. I think he's the first person who we've seen do that seriously in CPM, and he did it well. That was pretty cool. Well done, Reef. Now moving on to number 9. I think before the top 5, we'll do a prediction again, depending on what we see here. This is Khastavari, the XXBX guy from previous streams. In number 9, I think that's a pretty good placement for him.
Oh, really good speed here.
Not as much entry speed, but of course
No.
in the tunnel, that does sort of even out because you don't have to lose as much speed either.
Yeah.
Good God.
It's just
Might
so
be,
quick.
yeah, might be the fastest one we've seen at the end
Yeah,
there.
I'd love to see the fastest climbs. Just a leaderboard on the fastest final climbs. Okay.
Right, that was Hastavari in number 9. Let's move on to number 8. Pay special attention to the times these people are getting to see how close we are to getting that sub 30. This is Santal in number 8. We've seen him on a couple of World Cups.
CPMA player as well, I believe.
Oh, great exit speed from the slick.
Taking the tight route, actually, you can see him losing about 400 UPS to go tight on that first turn as opposed to hitting the outside. Great spacing.
Lovely, lovely double rocket. Wow.
600 UPS out of that inverted ceiling. That is the
Yeah.
most we've seen.
And that double rocket giving him 1900 UPS into that final section. So
I did say pay attention to the time. I didn't. Adam, please.
So for Santal, that was 33.656.
33.656. Well done, Santile. You're on an interesting trajectory. Let's move on to number 7. Strangelove. With a pre-jump. The first we've seen, I believe.
some say it couldn't be done.
They'll find a way.
Yeah, and as a result, we've got our first over 2K into this section.
Nice.
Using the cones as well to not lose speed.
And with that much speed, you can, in fact, just go outside and have a good spacing.
Yeah, maintaining 1700 basically throughout. Oh, I like that cheeky little rocket there. I'm not sure how much it did, but
I think the ending was probably slower. That climb seemed a bit slower, but
it was.
that
I mean,
tunnel.
Yeah, I mean the double rocket we saw in who was just in 8th? Was that
Santile, I think.
Santile? Yeah, his double rocket gave him 1900 into that final climb, and Strangelove only getting 16. So uh,
Yeah, we're
Miguel
seeing
says
trade-offs.
Goblin top 1, and he's talking it.
We will see.
Oh, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Fingers crossed.
Let's see number 6 first, though. And then, of course, after this, we do a bit of a prediction. Icarus on number 6.
Yeah, another 2K.
The 2K
1700
club.
around the 2K club. 1700 around these corners. He's not losing speed. I spoke too soon. Castor's curse.
Okay, I feel like that messed up his spacing.
Yeah.
I don't think that was intentional. I think he had an amazing run and failed that one part and just had to go with it. That was 33.1. I think he could have saved like 1 jump's worth and gotten sub 33 if he had gotten it perfectly. But nonetheless, that was pretty good. And that leaves 5 spots vacant. And I think that, there's going to be the usual suspects. Goblin, Woody, Baz, and Lith. And one wild card who I'm not sure could be. Boss, perhaps?
Oh,
I'm
we
not
had
sure if we've
boss.
seen him. Oh, we had him. Okay, never mind then.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. See who we
Yeah,
got.
let's go. Lith in number
Lith.
5. Oh, imagine
Maybe.
on. True, it's possible.
Oh, yeah.
Saving 1 rocket. I wonder what he's going to use it for.
That.
Yes.
2-2.
Oh, and then doing the Kioi strat.
Surf Club, 2K Club, and the Surf Club. Very exclusive.
Oh, just barely missing the
Oh,
spacing.
that was a shame.
1900 though. Pretty good, pretty good.
God damn, that was a really nice strat, saving that rocket. Really nice.
I don't think we need to see that again. I think we'll be even more mind blown after this.
Yes.
Number 4.
Who have we got?
Probably Goblin.
No, this is Anne.
Oh, okay, well, plain strafer. What is it with people doing these like nonsense names in DFWC?
Yep.
Yeah, sort it out, people.
And number 4 though, in a weapon map, I think that's pretty impressive.
Wow, 1800 maintaining speed throughout. That's crazy.
God damn.
Oh, great spacing.
And
Oh, that's got to be one of the
oh,
fastest.
the climb was great, but he didn't use the inverted ceiling. Damn it.
No.
Adam, what was his time, please?
32.936.
Oh, we got a 32.
6. Okay, I after this, before we check out the map, let's please check the total standings so far. I just want to say great run by Anne, and I want to see the number 3.
Let's go.
But I feel like we're in the stage of the competition where the standings get a little more serious, so I'm looking forward to that.
It's
Goblin, number 3. Of course, he was number 2 last round, so
Things are looking good for Woody. Oh,
sheesh.
god damn! Oh,
Wait,
Surf
that's
Club.
even better. No, that wasn't Surf Club. He jumped. He had 1900 after it. I'm sorry, I'm getting excited.
We need to see. Yeah, we'll need to replay this one.
31.6. Sorry, how much time did he save?
So Anne had 32.9.
Yeah, 1.3 seconds.
Jesus.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, we got to see that again.
Job. Good job to Goblin. That was beautiful. So what were you saying about he wasn't surfing it?
He
looked
jumped
like
right before it, and because of that, he had a skim, which gave him immunity to all the collision that's on the wall. Slow-mo right here. And I think
yeah,
because of that, he lost less speed overall. He goes for the surf, but he jumps right in the middle of it.
yeah.
And
Interesting.
yeah, that just loses less speed. 1900 here. Was that a double jump on that ramp? That looked like a 2-frame double jump, I'm gonna be honest. Great
Also,
spacing.
also, Goblin surprisingly skipping the slick entirely. Didn't use it at
Oh, yeah,
all.
he did. Yeah, he just plasma'd, right? On the
Plasmid
side.
over and then rocketed out of it without even touching.
Goodness. So now number 2 and number 1. Of course, it's going to be Baz and Woody, but in what order? That is the question. Let's see.
Let's see. Is it gonna be? Is it gonna be? It's
That's
Woody.
Woody in number 2.
Baz was last week's number 1, wasn't he?
No, On was last week's
Oh,
number 1, I
On was,
think.
yeah, that's right.
Great speed here.
Decent
See this
spacing.
ending.
What? Let's see it again. I want to see that
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
I mean, great speed, like almost 1k speed before the drop. Really tight line here. Great ground boost there. Another. Well, the speed out of there is the best we've seen, I think, 1700.
On that route for sure. Of course, less total entry speed into the tunnel than we've seen before.
Not by much, though.
Not by much. But he does lose more speed on that as well, I think, than Goblin with his route.
Yeah, that's fair. Taking the tight line as well. Spacing good, not great.
Yeah.
And a very, very solid entrance. But this climb felt really fast.
It was, yeah.
I feel like the inverted ramp there not being utilized
As well as it could. I think the angle was a bit off, yeah.
Yeah. We've seen faster
Um,
drops.
That was 31.5? 6. So let's see what
Okay.
Baz
to be exact.
has in store for us. At number 1, I'm sure it's him. There we go. Well done to Baz on number 1.
No plasma ground boost there.
Yes!
What?
That's what I'm talking about. 2400 entry speed.
Oh my days. Oh
God
my
damn.
lord. And it was all, I mean, I'm not shitting on the run or anything, but so much of that was in that entry into the tunnel.
Yeah. Just great speed transfer after that as well. This is great. 1630 is about as good as you're going to get out of that rocket. And then conserving some rockets here.
And Woody had like 1500 around just before the slick. But 2k here, that extra rocket.
2400.
Pew.
Surfing as well.
Yeah.
This, the speed from this wasn't perfect. We've seen a little bit better, but this ending climb was still great.
Yeah, really good use of the inverted ramp there as well.
Yeah. Oh, well done, Baz.
Whew, we've seen some stuff tonight, haven't we?
Well, there's one more thing to see. Of course, from Wiz. Do the people want processed or unprocessed first?
I mean, my preference is for processed first.
Let's do it. Winning run was 31.4 by Baz. Let's see how Wiz stacks up. If he gets up 30, I still win technically. Good God.
2.5k entry is really not far off Baz's entry speed, to be honest,
True.
which is insane. Interesting.
God damn.
Firing a rocket down to push him downwards onto the OB. I wonder.
Where did he do that? Could you show
Just
me?
out? Yeah, just out into the drop, basically. Firing a rocket to push himself down onto the OB, it seemed.
Well, that
Or
can
no.
work in the sense that you would reach a different overbounce.
Actually, Azenum says no need for OB at the end.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, slow it down at that point.
Of course, all of this pretty fucking crazy.
It's the maintaining of the speed here that is crazy.
All right, slow down.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, first of all, he hit that ramp on the side to get the lowest possible bounce in that he could, and then he does get an overbounce.
Yeah.
The idea with an overbounce is that you just, it's not directly caused by the height, but by being close to the ground. So whatever means you can use to get yourself, that close to the ground to trigger it, everything, anything goes. So a rocket is just fine for that. That's why he can still get an overbounce even though he didn't do it the way that all the players did. It's sort of a technical thing.
Go and pop the raw one on as well, just to
Yeah.
satisfy the those with no regard for their eyes.
I use this warning.
Bought DFWC when? That happened in 2012. It was the basis for the movie DFWC manuscript.
People do TF2 tournaments where it's like players versus bots. Like hacker bots as well, not just like, in-game bots.
All right. If we could, please pull up the standings so far. I want to look at those. Let's see. Like the point rankings. They should be on somewhere, right, on the website, and like instead of just the times.
I can take a
Standings.
look.
Yeah, it should be standings, right?
There we go. Frog, top of VQ3, and Baz, top of CPM. Super close though. Look at these points. Very, very close.
Goblin number 2 in CPM, I think, is the most exciting thing I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Goblin came from Quake 2 Jump about like a year ago. He transitioned, or maybe 2 years ago. Things are going pretty fast. He transitioned over to DeFRaG and has been improving at a crazy rate since then.
Yeah, so it doesn't seem like this has been updated because they would be
Yeah,
on
it
like
hasn't.
2000. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, they gotta validate the demos first before they do that, but
For sure.
You can keep in mind the rankings of this round, the standings, and just sort of
Well,
imagine in
Woody
your mind.
coming second this time, so he might get bumped up from fourth into third or
True.
second place.
But Baz, out of his reach right now.
Mm.
Still getting first place this round.
Yeah, that's a really great start. Well, I say start, but that was round 3,
We're
so
halfway through
we're
almost.
almost halfway through. Yeah.
Of course, we do have round 4 coming up, and
I'm curious
let's have a
about
bit of
this
a
one.
preview.
I'm sure there's some people in chat who've booted it up already if they've got it. Okay. Looks like
Style
a
of map, I would say Zeal, probably. Who is in chat?
donations 8K.
Oh yeah, this is crazy. Actually, this is the biggest DFWC prize pool ever, by a long shot. And like we're halfway through. Like we're not even done.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Gonna have to make a bigger sign soon. Okay, so we got rockets.
Looks like plasma down there, maybe. Looks purple.
Looks like some options: top route, bottom route.
Nibbit plus Zeal. I see. I see. Collaboration map. Nibbit, of course, known for his checkpoint-based system, and you can see the checkpoint symbol in blue
Oh, we
dotted
got a
everywhere.
checkpoint. Is this a checkpoint map, non-linear?
I would guess so.
This was my best map in 2019.
Well, I expect to
Slick,
see you
maybe.
in top 30 next time. Yeah, that's probably slick.
I got 47 VQ3 was my best.
Okay, so if this is non-linear, then where is the end?
Yeah,
Because I
because if we
haven't.
remember 2019's, there was a definitive end section.
Could
I wonder
these
what
be
these
velocity
rabbits are.
pads?
Yeah, velocity pads.
Yeah,
I would guess. So not plasma.
Crazy Al disliking freestyle map.
Go down for the rest.
Well, at least it's not. It won't be as bad as the one we just had because, as everyone knows, round 3 gave Al coronavirus.
Big arrow on wall pointing where to go. I think that was back there, no? Or
There's
no,
an
there's
arrow
a
by
there
here,
it is.
yeah.
Yeah, that will be it. Aha, there it is.
Ooh,
Some rockets.
Ah, we saw this in the preview.
oh, I like
That's a pretty
the effect.
animation.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. That's tasty.
This part looking a little more linear, so I would guess that this is the quote-unquote end section. Well,
Oh,
no, never mind.
god damn, this map's gonna be crazy. That's got to be the finish there. Oh,
Surely. No.
holy hell! This map is insane.
It's gonna be like 2 minutes in VK3.
It's a big map. I wonder if we're even going to see it maxed in the week.
No, surely not. One
Yeah, I
week for
know.
a map this big? I don't think
Yeah, I
so.
know
This does look
exactly.
like the end.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, that should mean for some like a lot of variation in the times that we get a map with this many options.
Definitely, yeah.
And you know, this kind of map's pretty interesting from because we're starting to see a lot more people stream their runs. I think this kind of map actually suits streaming quite well because there's just so many possibilities. And just because someone streams a particular route doesn't mean it's necessarily optimal.
Yeah, it
I
doesn't mean the
remember,
cat's out of the bag. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I remember some of the routes that we saw in 2019's round 5, was it? Yeah, I mean, there was so many differences, even in the
And
top 10.
that map was pretty short, actually.
Yeah.
So this map is way longer than that. So
Yeah, I wonder how many checkpoints there actually are, because I think there was 10 in the last one.
all right. I mean, damn. That was round 3. We're gonna see you guys next time in the round 4 stream,
Yep.
unless there's anything else to say.
Have fun.
Yeah, have fun on this map.
Strafe harder.
Yeah, that's it.
GG's, guys.
Adam,
Yeah, bye bye, guys.
bye bye.
See you next week.